open your mind.
I love it.
Open your mind. Don't accept anything as a no. Like
Yeah.
I said, we made 100 phone calls before we can match. If I would have stopped at 99,
Yep.
none of this would have happened.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So definitely just don't stop.
Yep.
Don't stop believing. And it's truly the who, not the how.
Yeah.
It truly is.
What's up, everyone? It's Austin Rutherford here, down here in Cabo, hosting one of my Elevate Masterminds, being able to network and mastermind with a ton of people. And one of those people here is my man, Esteban. Today we're going to be talking about how he came from being an immigrant into the United States to starting flipping real estate to then developing over $30 million of real estate. So super excited for this. I know there's going to be a ton of value, and I appreciate you being on here today, brother.
I appreciate you, bro.
Absolutely, man. So tell the viewers here, kind of who you are, what you do, and, where you're from and everything.
Yeah, so as you said, my name is Esteban Cerrone. I started flipping houses about a year and a half ago. Went from flipping houses to trying my foot at wholesaling, and then ended up finding my niche in construction. Slowly but surely, actually it was pretty quick, turned into a developer with a couple of buddies of mine. And yeah, now we run a development company called Horace and Raw.
Love it, man. I love it. So let's take it back to like the beginning, right? So you came to the United States.
Yeah.
You started out kind of just contracting, right?
Yeah.
So how did that niche kind of come about, and what did the business look like? Were you like swinging a hammer? Was it you and your family? Were you hiring people? What did that look like?
So actually, it all starts with my mom. She
shout out to Mom.
Yeah, she's a badass. She was in the car business, and then that tanked in '08.
Mm-hmm.
So then she went to realtor school, met a guy. He told her he had a bunch of work, and she said, I got crews. And she didn't have no crews.
Yeah.
So she went, found some crews, and then,
Hustle.
yeah, just the hustle. So she started a construction company.
Yep.
So about 4 years later, I decided I should join, help her out. So started learning the business, and then eventually I was like, oh, we can make money in this flipping house stuff. So we were using our own money to flip these houses, and eventually I got to a spot where the closings didn't line up, and I needed like 60 racks, right? That's where I went through every person in my phone book, eventually found somebody that linked us up. So I called this guy, I was like, yo, I got 3 free houses, I need 60 racks, and he's like, yeah, I got you. It was so chill, and it was so like easy that I was like, who is this guy? So eventually, like, hounding you, like, hey man, I want to learn. What is it that you do? I went to your 2-day, and then that was more about wholesaling. So I was just like, let's do wholesaling. You know me, I try to do everything right away, 100% in. So went to the wholesaling course, and then you said something about the Cabo Mastermind. I said, I'm there. Like, you know what I mean? And anything you got, I'm there. So went to the Cabo Mastermind. I realized there's like 1 million wholesalers in Columbus. So I said, all right, no more wholesaling. Let's stick to a niche. And I decided to add value by being the construction guy, right? So same mentality as investor, but the construction avenue. So went to the construction avenue, and then all of a sudden it blew up, bro. It just blew up. Overnight, yeah. From October of last year when Cabo was to now, we grew over 500%. From 60,000 in sales to about 2 million now. So
just a little bit,
just a little different. Yeah, exactly. So from there on, just kept doing the construction thing. Eventually met these 2 other guys that had development experience, and I saw it. So I decided, hey, let's start a company. And with the connections that you helped me bring together through Cabo and through other masterminds, we started going. And
of it.
Yeah.
So $30-ish million of development going right now.
Correct.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So we kind of glanced over it. I want to talk about a lesson here, right? So you were in construction and trying to start into flipping houses, and had a couple flips going, right?
Right.
And you were bankrolling it yourself at the time, and then you got in a pinch and you were out of money. Yeah. A lot of people think they need their own money to do this business, or if they don't have enough of their own money, that they're just like, oh, I can't do this, right? So I think it was a sheriff sale how you bought the house and started rehabbing it.
Yeah.
But you didn't necessarily own it yet.
Correct.
And if you didn't buy it on the day that you had to buy it, like, you'd have lost that money.
Right.
So like, you were in a pinch, right?
Yep.
So you went through and called everybody you knew.
Everybody.
Like, yo, I need money. Yeah. Everybody said no, but you kept calling.
Yeah.
And somebody ended up giving you my number. Like, hey, Austin might be able to help. You called me, I think it was the day before you needed the money.
Yeah.
So he called me, first time ever meeting this guy, talking to this guy. He's like, yo, he kind of obviously gave me a backstory, but long story short, he was like, I need 60 grand. I was like, all right, when? Tomorrow. And asked him a bunch more questions about the deal. He had 3 other free and clear properties, so a few $100,000 in equity. So the loan to value ratio was easy, but it's the fact I knew this dude from that day and he needed the money the next day.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is a long shot, but you know, if you and your mom want to come to the office, you know, we can talk, you know, I might have the money for you. And like 10 minutes later, him and his mom pulled up to the office and we talked. And, you know, again, the collateral, the deal made sense. It was a phenomenal deal. He had assets to back it. So I lent him the $60,000 basically on the spot within 24 hours and got the deal done.
Yeah.
That's how we met. You know, too many people do 1 or 2 things and they're like, oh, that doesn't work. Or, oh, nobody wants to give me a chance.
Right.
You know, how many phone calls do you think you made for money that day?
Easily 100, bro. Easily.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah. The guy's last name started with a M, so I got through
all
M.
the way through your phone?
A through M, bro. Yeah, and then he called me back, so I kept going.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and he called me back about an hour later. I was on another call.
Yeah.
When trying to get the money when he called me back, so I was just like, perfect.
That's
it was
I didn't
insane.
know that.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Well, that's when I realized the power of persistence.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Facts.
mean, it was get 60K or lose 20 that we had already started the rehab.
Yep.
Which looking back was kind of dumb.
I mean, it worked out.
But it worked out, so maybe it wasn't that dumb.
For
yeah.
sure. You know, I'm a big believer, like, what's the saying? It's when people say you're lucky.
Yeah.
It's when consistency meets opportunity.
Right.
You know, that's where the luck comes in.
I agree.
You know, it's just lucky that we happen to meet, but you made 100 phone calls to get that luck.
Right. Yeah.
But no, that's awesome. So then started flipping, and then, you know, wholesaling is the big thing right now. And there's nothing wrong with wholesaling. You know, I've made millions and millions of dollars wholesaling properties.
Yeah.
So it's a great business. A lot of people are making money doing it. You tried it out,
Yeah.
and it didn't work for you.
Right. So I made a little bit of money wholesaling. I made all my money back, which was great. But the time, the patience, like I had patience for 100 calls. I didn't have patience for 100 calls over there. It was like.
Hey, cold calling, you got to call.
Yeah.
Call.
And
it's a numbers game.
Yeah. And I got burnt out real quick.
Yeah.
So I didn't have the proper infrastructure, all that stuff. Even with your course, or the 2-day that we went to, which plethora of knowledge. There was just so much I couldn't really implement it all at the same time.
Yeah.
So decided this wasn't for me, but I didn't decide that until after Cabo. So yeah.
So it was Cancun. But
Cancun, yes.
I hosted another vacation mastermind, which we're at right now in Cancun, where we talk about business, entrepreneurship, real estate, and just networking and masterminding. And he has an amazing niche where he's Latino and he speaks Spanish and he's connected with a ton of people in Columbus, Ohio that do construction. And real estate investors, usually construction is one of the hardest things to do.
Yeah.
It's where people fail the most. They get burnt, they overpay, people don't ever finish on time, et cetera, et cetera. So you had that built. So when you were at Cancun, you're like, man, like everybody's massively lacking in this area. Like I can add a crazy amount of value and I can make a ton of money right here.
Right.
So, you know, it's not always about doing what, you know, the masses is doing and what looks good on camera and what everybody's hyping up on social media. Again, nothing wrong with it. You can make a lot of money doing it, but different people have different niches and different processes to get to where they want to go. And you were able to tap in on that niche of yours.
Absolutely, yeah. There was one other contractor at your mastermind.
Yeah.
So I realized real quickly that
There was
everybody,
one contractor and 30 wholesalers.
yeah, and everybody wanted construction services.
Yep.
So instantly called my mom and said, hey, we're changing this up. Screw wholesaling. We're going back to construction.
Yep.
And that's kind of how it all started.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
I love it. So, I mean, instantaneously got like completely flooded with business.
Yeah, went from 2 projects to about 35.
In a week or 2?
In like 2 weeks, yeah. You actually hit me up, you're like, what's your capacity? And
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I said, I don't know.
That is funny.
So, yeah.
That's awesome, man.
That was amazing.
So then scaled the contracting business,
Yes.
hired a team.
Implemented the wholesaling systems
Yep.
into the construction
I love
company.
it. I love
Hired a team, yeah. And then,
So you track KPIs, you have team members, you
Yeah.
know, you have project managers, all that stuff.
yeah, project managers, assistants, project runners, transaction coordinators.
I love it.
I
I love
mean,
it.
everything that I learned from your wholesale course, I applied it.
It's business.
It's business.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not just wholesale, it's business.
Yep.
So that's when I realized, hey, we don't have to just be running around like crazy. I was going to Home Depot 10 to 15 times a day,
That's crazy.
right? I haven't been to Home Depot in months.
Yeah.
So it's just implementing what you learn and scaling it from there.
I love it, man.
Yes, sir.
I love it. So from the contracting, you've obviously made a pivot out of that.
Yeah.
What did you pivot into?
Yeah.
And why the pivot if you were making money running the construction?
Yeah, so construction's great, put me on, helped me meet a ton of people. However, it's a lot of moving pieces, as you know. That's why it's one of the biggest pain points. It's a lot of moving pieces.
Yep.
Multiply that times 50 projects that we were handling at our max, and it's a nightmare.
Yeah.
Even
balancing money.
Yeah, I mean, my account would go to 100,000 to negative 2,000 almost overnight. So it was a roller coaster.
For sure.
And what I realized is, hey, we can build stuff like this resort. We could build big stuff. So I randomly met one of my partners in the development company. We talked over the next couple months, and he brought in a third genius, guys.
Yep.
Super genius. And one of the things you've taught me, it's not the how, it's the who.
Yep. Who, not how.
It's the who, not the how. Exactly. So I got an eye for it, and we started this company, man. And what we realized is one $30 million deal can produce the same amount of money that these 50 single families could do. So we went that route, and we just started. Putting ourselves out there, putting our services out there, and showcasing what we could do.
Yeah.
We eventually found a pretty big investor that wanted to take a chance with us, and now we're working on a $30 million project. Got a couple other ones on the pipeline, but the $30 million one is the one that we're going to be actually doing.
I love it, man.
Yeah, super excited.
That's phenomenal. It's a lot of people get scared about doing bigger deals, right?
Right.
At the end of the day, it's just more zeros and more commas.
Absolutely.
It's the same, maybe a little bit more research, but it's research on the front end, making sure the deal makes sense.
Right.
It's getting everything in place to do the deal. It's raising the money. It's running the construction. It's securing it, leasing it, stabilizing it.
Right.
And I talk about the Bird method all the time: buy, renovate, rent, refinance, repeat. It's the same thing. It's just way bigger.
Yes, and we're building from ground up, so it's actually even easier.
Agreed. Agreed. It's more zeros on the deal and more zeros on the profit.
Exactly.
I love it, man.
Yeah,
I love
bro.
it. So what's next for you guys? Where are you headed?
Man, so I plan on scaling the construction company back a little bit and just kind of letting it run as a little machine.
The construction back.
The construction
not the
back.
development.
No, the development, we're going to go all cylinders.
Okay.
We're trying to add a lot more projects to the portfolio and to the mix. Actually, we're also going to develop about a $22 million project in New Albany here soon. So looking forward to that. And then we're constantly getting calls every day of people, hey, I want 30 units here, I want 100 units there. So we'll see where it takes us, but the future's bright.
I love it, man.
Yeah,
I love it. So keep construction going, kind of pay some bills and stuff.
Exactly.
And then go all in on the development
Absolutely.
side.
Absolutely.
I love it, man. I love it. We're going to be down here in Cabo on one of your resorts here sometime.
Absolutely. we'll call it the Elevate Resort.
I love it. I love it. No, that's awesome, man. it's been amazing. And how long have we known? A year and a half?
Not even.
Really?
Yeah, about a year.
That's crazy.
About a year ago.
To see the growth, and the pivots you've been able to make in a year has been tremendous. A lot of people are scared to pivot out of what they know because it's what they know. Even if there's a better option, they don't want to go to that better option because they're scared. I mean, you've made 3 or 4 pivots in a year.
Yeah.
Which has been amazing to see, brother, and kudos to you.
Oh, I appreciate that, bro. That all stems from, joining your mastermind. The yearly, I mean, those weekly talks, those weekly mindset shifts is really what allowed me to believe bigger, right? Yeah. I used to think 60 racks was a lot of money. You know what I mean? I was desperate for it. That's what led me there. But after talking to you and the other boys, it changed everything. Yeah. It changed my mindset. I think I texted you once. I said, you changed me and my whole life's trajectory, my
awesome.
family's.
That's
you know
awesome,
what I mean?
Man.
So it's amazing. It's amazing to believe and to be able to do it.
Yeah.
So.
At the end of the day, a lot of times you don't know what you don't know.
Amen.
So being able to see something new, seeing somebody else do something, coming to a place like this, $1 billion development, and seeing that as possible, that changes your thought process.
Absolutely.
I spend almost $100,000 a year on my education to put myself in the right circles, to learn from other people, and to continue to grow. Because I think it's that powerful. You get comfortable doing what you're doing, and you might be in a city making 6 figures, 7 figures, whatever it is. And you walk around like big man on campus,
right.
And then you come to a mastermind and you're not doing anything.
Right.
So it's continued growth.
Yeah.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
I love it. So what are maybe 1 or 2 takeaways for the people that are watching, that you maybe live by or that has allowed you to grow the way that you have?
Open your mind.
I love it.
Open your mind. Don't accept anything as a no. Like
Yeah.
I said, we made 100 phone calls before we can match. If I would have stopped at 99,
Yep.
none of this would have happened.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So definitely just don't stop.
Yep.
Don't stop believing. And it's truly the who, not the how.
Yeah.
It truly is. I
love
mean,
it.
I'm not the smartest guy. You know, I work hard. I'm not the smartest guy.
Yeah.
But I can find the people and I can network with the people that can put me in the right spot. You got to add with value though.
I love it. I love it. And one other thing I've seen, known that you've done amazing at, is being able to just go. Like if you see something, go.
Yeah.
Like it's fire, ready, aim, not ready, aim. Fire.
Absolutely. It's got to be.
So
It's got to be.
take action and figure the rest of the stuff out later.
Absolutely.
I
Yeah.
love it, man. I love it. Like I said, Jeff, super impressed with what you've done, how you've been able to grow and everything.
Appreciate
You know, if
you,
anybody
bro.
that's watching wants to find you and connect with you, where can they connect with you at?
Oh man, I got Instagram. I just joined TikTok.
Let's go.
I got Facebook at don.esteban.cerrone.
Okay.
So after I started the whole Latino worker stuff in the construction, I decided to put a Don in front of my
love
name.
Don.
So don.esteban.cerrone.
I love it. I
You can
love
find
it.
me there.
And we'll link it down in the description below to connect with him. But man, greatly appreciate you. Appreciate you taking the time to do this for the viewers out there.
Absolutely, man.
And looking forward to continue seeing the growth.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure, man. Seriously. Changed my
Absolutely.
life, bro.
You changed your own life, brother.
Oh,
Man, so a 28-year-old that came into the United States as an immigrant to be able to grow and pivot and do everything he's been able to do and get into developing over $30 million of real estate, you know, anything's possible at the end of the day. You know, never give yourself an excuse as to why something is or is not possible. And I always say it's never a matter of if something happens, it's only a matter of when something happens if you continue to take the right actions. So make sure you give my man a follow. He's dropping content on Instagram. I'm trying to get him to be a little bit more consistent, but he will be. And I know he'll respond to any questions you guys have. So make sure you drop any questions below. You know, let us know what you want to talk about. Drop a question in the comment section. Smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Hit the subscribe button as well. And as always, appreciate you being here. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.